Data science, where the journey of knowledge begins with the unleashing of data power. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is unleashing the power of data science, a journey into the world of knowledge. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day, Mr. Urvinder Singh, AGM Data Science, with expertise in driving innovation across multiple domains, including marketing analytics, retail, supply chain, and telecom. He brings extensive experience in machine learning, data analytics, and more. Don't miss the opportunity to learn from a 40 under 40 data scientist and certified GCP professional who has trained over 1,200 hours on cutting edge technologies worldwide. So now I would like to introduce Dr. Usha Mittal with over 12 years of experience in intelligence systems, deep learning, and computer vision. As an associate professor and prolific researcher, Dr. Mittal brings a wealth of knowledge. And now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Pankaj Vij, Head Department of Tie-Ups, Division of Admission, Lovely Professional University. He is having 18 years of experience in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and eligibility. He is having 18 years of experience in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and operations. He is taking up the eligibility, scholarship, fee structure, and infrastructure part of the university. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions, you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the thanks to Dr. Urvinder Singh and Dr. Usha Mittal, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you, Dalvinder. Thank you for giving a very nice introduction and a welcome note. Let me share. And Ms. Musha, you can start from here and then. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, screen is visible. You can continue, sir.
Okay. So I think Ms. Musha, you can pick it up.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm here, Associate Professor in LPU as well as a Program Coordinator of the course BTech Computer Science, Data Science with ML, tied with Upgrade. This particular course presents a comprehensive academic program designed to equip the students with a deep understanding of computer science fundamentals along advanced. Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Alongside advanced knowledge in data analysis and machine learning techniques. Through this collaboration, students can gain knowledge, and they will have the access to upgrades industry-driven curriculum, hands-on projects, and mentorship from seasonal professionals, ensuring they graduate with the practical skills and expertise in today's data-driven industries. So, Mr. Urvinder is going to give you real-time scenarios as well as how the data science can help you to excel in your careers. Urvinder sir, over to you. You can continue.
Thank you, Ma'am Usha. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Once again, this side Urvinder. So I'm coming from a background of data science, as already Dalvinder has already introduced myself. So without picking and without wasting any time, let's try to dwell into what data science is all about and why everyone is chasing this particular word, that is data science. So if we talk about data science, what do you mean by the term data science? It is nothing new. This particular term has been into this inception since 1940s, that is World War II part. And it is nothing new. And many of the, you can say, the terms that are being used right now in the world since, you can say, last 1 decade, that data is the new oil, etc., etc. Why data is the new oil? That is something that we'll try to understand. And that is the core reason of delivering this set of notes, so that people across various domains, people or other students coming out of the school should understand the importance, why data science is so important, why every organization, why every industry in the world is giving importance to this particular domain. You might have seen there would be one wave of software engineering. Now this is the wave of data science. And why data science is here to prevail You must have seen multiple use cases, and this is something that we'll be talking about in the later stages as and when we'll move forward. Okay, so let's move forward. And before we start, I think there is one very important thing that we need to understand about it is that what impact data science will bring into this world. And basis on the recent study and surveys that were conducted by one of the major leading, you can say, consulting firms like, all big fours and all the worlds across, that they do a lot of surveys. They try to understand the market, where these are leading to, what are the different hype cycles basis on the Gartner's hype cycle review, etc. And basis on it, what we came across was that whatever was invented in last 150 years will be reinvented in next 15 years. Now you can see the imagine and the, you can say, the tangible impact this AI is bringing into this world. So you may see that since now, even though one of the various modern innovation that we used to call is called X-rays, but I think now everything will be reinvented, the way we look at it, how AI algorithms, the base of AI algorithm, what it is, we'll talk about where it is all coming from and why we need it. And on top of it, then this term might be a bit heavy for you, considering that you're just out of schools or in college. That is the growing rate, that is CAGR, that is compounding annual growth rate, or compound annual growth rate, is around 35%, which means that the industry is compounding at 35% every year. And we can see 3 to 4 trillion industry, that is this AI or Gen AI industry, of around 3 to 4 trillion by 2030. And 88% of the industry has already initiated their work in AI analytics. Now, what this last term tells you, that 88%, and this number is growing every day. Every day it is growing. And every day we are able to see the tangible impact. If I talk to you about various companies, like one that brought and acted as a catalyst in a world is OpenAI, which came as ChatGPT. And the basis of it was Transformers, which came in 2017, a paper called Potential All You Need, one of like by DeepMind, Google DeepMind or Google Brain. And they were the one who adopted it before Google anyways adopted it. And then they were the one who used those concepts and then start building on top of it. And you can see the impact that they are creating and why every organization is adapting to it and why every organization is using. The reason is it is able to impact their ROIs. Now, what is ROIs? ROIs are return on investment. They are able to increase their ROIs. They are able to move in a positive direction. They are able to limit their spend, means the investment is limited, but the type of outcome that they are getting is more, or rather they are able to increase it by XY percentage, which means that I'm keeping my investment as it is, but my outcome and the output is increasing and getting more and more fruitful for my organization. And why do we need this thing now? Because the acceptance of non-technical user means earlier AI was considered to be a jargon, like very few people used to know it, like what is this artificial intelligence, or it was still a moonshoot kind of a word, that it was still like, okay, we are still at a very, you can say, pre those years where before the AI adoption will come in. But now everyone is using AI. Everyone is using AI as the part of the world, or rather a part of their daily life. Like if I talk about Google search engine, or if I talk about maps, Google Maps, or Netflix recommendation, or Amazon product recommendation that we'll also talk about. These are all basically helping us, and we are able to increase the adoption rate. So what do you mean by the adoption or the acceptance is that if I'm generating and if I'm creating a product of AI, or where the backbone of that particular product is AI, if a person is able to adapt to it, it means that I'm doing something in the right direction. And if I'm able to make it in such a way that even a non-technical person who has no knowledge about the background of it is still able to use it and make a, you can say, tangible impact on his daily work, is something that is quite commendable. And that is where we are currently right now. And we are moving toward AGI, that is artificial general intelligence, which is something that we are calling as a future. And the most important thing why AI is important, or rather why AI is able to boom, is the hardware you can say hardware computational power. Hardware computational power basically means you would have heard of word as GPU, TPU, etc. These are the one which are helping you to churn that amount of data. This is the core reason why AI is booming and everyone is benefiting out of it. And one thing that I can bet on it is there is a huge gap between the industry right now because we are struggling to get the right talent. And if you get this particular talent, if you are interested anyway, if you are interested to go in this particular field, like, and if you go through this, because currently there is a hype of it, first, and second is there's a lot of demand. So this is a very interesting field when you work in this particular field because you sit with the business instead of just taking a download from the business. You sit with the business, you are able to see the impact that you're creating, and the field is quite glamorous. And Harvard or many of the various, you can say, top magazines have said that one of the most glamorous jobs is data science. Now, what are different data sciences aspect and what are the different, you can say, backbones or toolkits, etc. Now, if you see here, or rather taking one step back, artificial intelligence is a very, very broad word, or we call data science as a very broad word. It breaks into multiple aspects, like one is supervised learning. Now, what do you mean by supervised learning? It is something like that I'm helping the machine to learn. And what is artificial intelligence? An intelligence which is created artificially. Means I'll be feeding some historical experiences, which we also call as historical data, to a machine, and the machine will start learning through that data. It will start to understand what actually machine, or rather what data is, what it basically sees. Let's say if you have been cooking for in the kitchen for last 20 years, over the period of time, if you want to go as a taste, if you want to taste some dish, you will just taste it and you will be able to know like what is something which is missing and how this particular intelligence and how this experience has came. This has been done over the past 20 years of what you have been doing in the kitchen, or rather what you have been doing, experiencing, etc., etc. And this is what experience we'll be sharing it with the, you can say, machine learning models or AI models, etc. And they will learn from it, and therefore it is able to generate so much level of intelligence because it can learn from your experience better than what you have. Then there are supervised, where you tell what has to be the output, like classification and regression, and something from the unsupervised learning, like what do you mean by clustering? And then you would be able to see a word that is called Gen AI. What is Gen AI? That is generative AI. It will help you to generate more data. Like if you see Chat GPT, what it is doing, it is generating data. You are asking something, it is generating an output in a form of text. It means it is generating something. So there are various types of AIs like discriminative AI, generative AI, etc., etc. So generative AI is something when something new is generated based on the previous historical data, like text to video. Based on the text, it will convert it into a video, and I'll show you an example. It is quite powerful, and OpenAI has came up with one model that is called Sora. Okay, so we'll discuss about that also. And then talking about reinforcement learning. What is reinforcement learning? Again, a very important part in the world of AI, which is developing very fast. And these type of learnings are basically we can see in Google Maps. So it means that it will learn from its own mistake. So this is the importance, and this is the power of this reinforcement. Like if I'm not doing something in the right direction, if I'm not going in the right direction, it will start penalizing me. And the moment I'll get penalized, it means that something I'm doing is wrong. And this is how it will learn. If something is done right, it will get rewarded. If it is not, it will get penalized. So this is how it will understand from getting penalized and getting reward. So this is the another domain or the dimension of AI. Now, why do we learn, and why there's a need of machine learning to be learned and as a basic skill set to be part of every curriculum? Even the government is pushing for it, and most of the organization across globe are saying that the caretaker of AI for the next set of generation is the place is India. So this is something which is quite, you can say, pat on the back of we as Indians. That's something which is quite good, and you can say there's a good amount of potential, and even we are getting backed by the government as well. So this is something which is quite good, and we should be also exploring the dimensions of it. And these are some of the skills like we should be able to, or rather, it helps you to take data-driven decisions. And looking at the time window, we'll be like looking into different aspects as well, like why we need data-driven decision. Like if you go with an intuition, it doesn't mean that you're always right. But if you have the past data, it will also help. It will always help you to take the right decision. And that is what and where machine learning comes handy to you. Okay. Now, where all these terms and jargons like artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, deep learning, etc., come into the face. Now, let's go one by one. What do you mean by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a very broader term. Your robotics, your normal rule-based automation, like you tell, okay, if this is the thing that you face across, this is the output that you'll be generating. Something on the rule-based thing, that also is a part of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can be said that anything which is done by a machine is artificial intelligence. It also includes like statistics. It can be a part of artificial intelligence. Now then comes data science and machine learning. Now data science, machine learning is something we can say as a subset of artificial intelligence, where it will help you to predict something from the future based on some mathematical imputations. Similarly goes with the data science as well, but data science is not just the mathematics part of it. Data science also comes with some of the, you can say, your communicational or other soft skills along with the core technical skills as well. And then we have deep learning, which is altogether the amalgamation of different fields, which focuses majorly on the unstructured part of the data, whereas unstructured is something like text, video, etc., etc. And when it comes to machine learning, it is majorly about the structured part of the data, like something in the form of rows and columns. If I give you a simple example, something like data present in table in Excel. Okay, and then there comes Gen AI, which is the new budding field, something which is used to generate new data. Currently, we were able to predict the data, but now it will help you to generate the data based on this. What are the different applications? These are some of the applications that I've written it now. Like we can look from the financial end, we can look into online fraud detection, like whether the transaction is a fraudulent you can say transaction or not. Then comes the stock market prediction, whether the stock will go up or not. Image recognition, whether the image is of cat or dog, etc., etc. Product recommendation, one of the very important use case by AI. Like if you are going and buying some product from Amazon, you will see that if a person is buying this, the moment you will scroll down, you will see a section. Person who have bought this has also bought this, and then some similar items, self-driving cars, speech recognition, chatbot, etc., etc., etc. All are the applications of, you can say, data science, AI, machine learning, whatever term you want to pick it up. Now, if I show you one thing, if I take you back here at the starting, so this is what AI is capable of. Now, if you see here, generative AI, and the reason I picked generative AI first, because everyone is talking about this thing, like what is the OpenAI, what is this chat GPT doing? Now, if you see here, it is something which is called text to video. So the text is a cartoon kangaroo disco dances. So this is what the user has given as an input, and you will get a video as the output. And you will be talking about like where do we use these things, like why it is good on the research paper, but there's something, some use cases or not. So there are n number of use cases whenever I want to do the marketing of any kind of a product, if I want to do lay down of the functional aspect of anything, if I want to explain the architectural point of view of any particular product or flow of the model, etc., then these all things will come quite handy. So if I say the moment I'll press enter, and you can see this is the output that you have got. So you can see a kangaroo as a cartoon is doing dance. So this is the power of AI. Now, if you want to see some other stuff, like see, these are all images that are being created via, you can say, artificial intelligence. So this is how it all looks like. So you cannot say this person is a person with with some artificial or some or other real person. It is actually a person which is generated through artificial data. Okay, this is not a real person. So you can imagine the level of, you can say, intelligence we have gained over the period of time with AI, and that is the reason it is quite flourishing. Then applications of machine learning, like product recommendation, like you could see that if you're looking for one product, you will see some people also viewed, means it is something very similar to the what item that you're buying. You can think from these suggestions as well, something from Netflix as well, you will see. Now, if you see, there is one more thing that is called computer vision. Now, if you see, this is one video. And if I talk about, this is one of the use cases that we are doing in one of the very important industry right now, and it will help you to detect the safety gears. Let's say whether the person is wearing protective PPE kit or not, protective, uh, you can say preventive kits, etc., equipments. So if you see here, if I'll be able to use it, it will help me that yes, the person is wearing a PPE kit. And if I also want to check whether the person is wearing helmet, we can easily use computer vision and it will help you to detect, yes, the person is wearing the helmet. So if you see here, these are the type of use cases, and this is how it is helping us. Now, instead of manually a person sitting in the control room looking at each and every camera, that is not possible. Now I can use these computer vision models, which can help you to create the data at the backend and tell me at what particular point of time there was a breach of safety gears. So these are all the, you can say, dimensions where you can look in. So this is what basically I have to explain, or rather to show you the potential of AI. It is not just this part, the potential is very high. You will be seeing, let's say if you would do some transaction, which is somewhat related to like on normal day, you do a transaction, something about, let's say 10,000, and suddenly you did a transaction of 50,000, and you always will get a call from the bank, or you can also get a message from the bank stating that some unusual transaction took place. Now, from where did it get to know that this is an unusual transaction? The only reason it was able to get to know was because it was trained on it. It is a machine learning algorithm which works in the backend. So these are all the dimension, and everywhere, the moment you can say pick any digital device, you're all circulated, or you can say surrounded with your this AI thing. So this is what I have to present for you. Any doubt, any questions? The forum is now open. So happy to pick it up from there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Urvinder and Ms. Usha Mittal. So it was wonderful, delightful discuss on artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data science, computer vision models, and more. So now I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Pankaj Witt, to be on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Pankaj, I guess you are on mute.
Yeah, sorry. So good afternoon to everybody, and well, everybody got an insight into what our experts just told. So just changing the mood a little bit, I'm just going to move to something which is more relevant to the student in terms of admissions and the infrastructure and what is on offer from the university as such. So I'm just going to present my screens. Give me a moment. Very well. So when a student comes to us to takes admission in any of the programs, let it be computer science, any specialization or any specialized program as such. So there are a few things that students have an apprehension about, or they are eager to know about. And some of the things are as follows, and I'm going to tell about all those things which a student requires as a first-hand information when it comes to joining a specific university. First and foremost would be accreditations and approvals. So these are the kind of accreditations and approvals that Lovely Professional University has under its belt. We are a NAC A++ accredited university, and we are accredited by NAC A++ rankings 3.68 score on a scale of 4. So we are NAC A++. We are amongst the top universities in India when it comes to the rankings. Apart from this, we have got some other rankings and approvals, which are as follows. We have got approvals from Accreditation Council of Business Schools and Programs, which is for the management program, Indian Council for Agriculture Research, which is for the agriculture programs. Then we have even got approval for distance education from UGC. We have got approval for National Council for Teacher Education, which is for the B.Ed and M.Ed programs, and PCI, Pharmacy Council of India, Council of Architecture. So these are the kind of approvals that we have got for various programs from various councils as such. That's not all. We are members of some of the most prestigious institutions across India and foreign countries as well. For example, we are the member of the prestigious Association of Indian Universities and some other which you are seeing on your screen right now. Moving on to placements, well, it is said that admissions in an institute is the stepping stone, and placements, well, that's the last step of a student's life cycle in a university or in a college. So these are some of our flag bearers who have brought laurels to the university when it comes to placements, bagging packages as high as 3 crores, multiple lakhs, good brand names such as Google, Amazon, and so on and so forth. This is our 1 crore club. So all these students have been placed at some of the best places, and there are loads and loads and loads of examples of such cases where students have taken admission with us and they have landed at a very good place and good packages. Talking about another thing, which is another very, very integral part of education, which is curriculum. And the curriculum and co-curricular activities, obviously. So co-curricular activities, if I talk about it, it's said that all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. And co-curricular activities or exposures are as follows. Quite recently, we had the Khelo India University Games, which was organized by the Government of India, and we happened to be the runners-up in this particular event. The likes of Bajrang Punia, the likes of Neeraj Chopra, the likes of Manpreet Singh, the former captain of the Indian hockey team, they are our own students. So it's not only that LPU is developing or making academicians, researchers, or we are doing extraordinary things in academics, but we are also doing extraordinary things when it comes to extracurricular activities such as sporting events or cultural events and so on and so forth. Well, talking about exposures, well, that's the kind of exposure that we have given to our students, and we believe in giving such kind of exposures to our students. The year was 2019, and we hosted the 106th edition of the Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by none other than the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. And sometime back, in a few years back, we had sometime back, I'm sorry, just give me a moment. Yeah, sometime back we had His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who had come to the university campus in one of the convocation ceremonies. Similarly, we had 2 former presidents of India and Afghanistan sharing the same dais and giving away degrees to the students. We had the former late Finance Minister of India, Shri Arun Jaitley ji, who was in the campus a few years back. He inaugurated a startup school at LPU. And we had in 2018, we had Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, who came to the university campus and gave away degrees in yet another convocation ceremony. So these are not the only kind of people who come to the university campus and give motivation to students, but people like intellects like Gauhar Gopal Das, they also throng the campus and give life sermons to students, to the parents, to the teachers. Well, yes, these people also come to the campus not only to sing and to dance, but also to interact with our students and share their life experiences with the students. While talking about infrastructure once again is yet another important part. And talking about infrastructure, right on your screen right now is a marvel of a building, 14 blocks joined back to back, housing the central library of the university and quite a few other departments. And at the forefront, we have got the open air theater where people perform nukkad nataks and all these things that's done by our students. We have got an auditorium which has a capacity of 2,500 people in a single go, and all the cultural events and everything happens over here. This is a glimpse of our computer labs, and we have got labs of all the departments that are there with us, and we've got a whole lot of them well equipped, high tech. That's the central library of the university, and the central library of the university is fully automated library. We have got a central library. We have got departmental libraries as well. Every department has its own library as well. Well, it's a 600-acre campus that we have got, and it is located on National Highway number 44, which runs all the way from Delhi to Amritsar. So we are located on National Highway number 44, very accessible. It's a 600-acre campus, and at the heart of the campus, we have got a mall. And the building that you're seeing on your screen right now, that's the mall. Let's go inside the mall. These are the interiors of the mall. It's got stores where students can purchase their stuff. It's got gymnasiums where students can exercise and build a good physique with international trainers. We have got bowling alleys and some other recreational facilities. So it's a city by itself, and it's something which provides everybody something. God forbid any student falls ill, but if a student falls ill, we are ready with a hospital within the campus. It's a 25-bed hospital with resident doctors, medical staff, even a dental chair for the support of the students. That's an outdoor open-air theater that we have got. Some of the cultural activities happen over here. That's a panoramic view of the university as such. We are a very lush green and a clean university. A few years back, we were awarded as one of the cleanest campuses in India by the government of India. Well, talking about the sporting infrastructure, if you are interested in sports, we have got a full-fledged indoor sports complex with us. It's got swimming pools, it's got shooting ranges, it's got courts. You name a court, you get it. Basketball, badminton, volleyball, and so on and so forth. And that's a squash court. So we even have a squash court for the students who wish to play squash. So it's a complete package, which is the indoor sports complex that we have got within the university campus. Talking about the residential facility, well, we have got students from all the states of India and all the union territories of India. Plus, we have got students from 50 countries all over the world. So our residential facility is mammoth. More than 25,000 people can stay at one point of time within the campus. So that's the mammoth. That's the structure of our hostel facility. It's a completely secure campus. It's a ragging-free campus, and it's manned by a strong contingent of guards 24/7. So that's something related to the infrastructure and things like that. When you talk about lovely professional university, this is what you can expect when you come to the university. Now, I just want to tell the students whosoever is watching this particular broadcast that if you want to know something about the program, if you want to take admission in any program, so you want to know about the fee structures, you want to know about the eligibility criteria, and so on. So you can visit our website, you can come to our website, you can visit our website, and you can get to know about the basic features of any program. Say, for example, let's talk about the program that we are focusing today on. And to know about that particular program, I just log on to lpu.in. In lpu.in, I go to admissions. In admissions, under after 12th undergraduate section, I'll find out the programs which are related to 12th standard, after 12th standard, which is undergraduate. And you can even get to know about the graduation programs, that is post-graduation programs over here, doctorate programs, after 10th programs, lateral entry programs. So there's a section for every kind of program that you can find out. So after 12th, say, for example, I want to know about any of the BTech programs. So I go to after 12th, I go to regular programs, and I just click on the regular programs. It takes me to the next page where I'll get an array of programs or the disciplines that we are offering. So our focus today is computer science. So I just click on, maybe I just click on engineering. I get to know all the branches of engineering that we are offering, in which our focus today is computer science. So I go on computer science, and we were talking about the industry collaborated program, which is BTech Computer Science and Engineering, Data Science, and Machine Learning in tie-up with Upgrad. So this is the program which was in focus today, or which is in focus today. So I just click on this particular program. It takes me to the next page. And upfront, I get to know the eligibility criteria of the program. The eligibility is passed with 60% marks in aggregate. In 12th, with physics, maths, and English or equivalent, subject to qualifying LPU-NEST or CUET. So LPU-NEST is our own exam, which is a lovely professional university national entrance and scholarship test. That's our own national level test. So either you have to qualify this or you can qualify CUET. Any of these two tests, entrance test, but you need to qualify these particular tests in order to take admission. And in 12th standard, you need to have 60% marks. So that's eligibility criteria. Somebody wants to know about the fee structure, which is very important. So I go on the top to this slider. I just click on the fee part and it takes me to the fee section of the program. So the basic fee of the program is 1,70,000 per semester. And there are a whole lot of scholarships that are on offer. Say somebody has got JW mains percentile between 80 to 90. Then there's an 18% scholarship. Somebody's got 80 to 89.99% marks in 12. There's once again 18% scholarship. Or somebody's in cutoff 3 of our LP-NEST exam, once again 18%. So either this or this or this, any of the three, you get an 18% scholarship and the fee goes down to 1,39,400. Similarly, somebody has a JEE mains percentile 90 to 95, or somebody has 90 to 94.99 in 12th, or somebody is in the cutoff 2 of our LP-NEST exam. All these three things will fetch you 23% of scholarship, which makes the fee 1,30,900. Similarly, somebody has JEE percentile greater than or equal to 95, or marks which are greater than or equal to 95% in 12, or in cutoff 1 of our LP-NEST exam. The top scholarship is 28%. The fee goes down to 1,22,400 per semester. It's worth mentioning that the scholarship, these scholarships, which if any student gets any of these three scholarships, whatever scholarship the student gets remains the same way throughout the course of the program. So it will remain the same. There will be no fluctuation. Your fee is locked at the very onset of the program. Whatever scholarship you get, it will remain the same way throughout the program. Are these the only scholarships that are being offered in the program? No, there are other scholarships as well. So I just, besides fee, there's this scholarship section. So just click on this particular section, takes me to the section of scholarships. It tells you independent scholarships. We have talked about scholarships on the basis of 12th marks, LP-NEST, CUET. You can check it out, that what are the scholarships on the basis of CUET. We have already talked about scholarships on the basis of JEE mains. There are certain other scholarships as well. I just click it over here. Somebody's done really good in some innovations or startups, or has set up some entrepreneurship businesses or something like that. For these also, for any students who has done anything of that sort, gets scholarships from us. There are certain financial aids that are being offered as well. Defense forces, we are very, very thankful to our defense personnel. So any defense personnel, if himself or herself wants to study with us, or they want to study with us, there's once again scholarship for such students as well. So there are a number of scholarships that we are offering to the students. The prime motive of giving scholarships to the students is just to make education affordable for the students. If anybody wants to talk to our counselors or wants to drop in a mail to us, wants to write to us, you can take down the numbers, and the phone number or the helpline number is 01824517000. Or you can obviously write to us on admissions@lpu.co.in. Your queries would be answered accordingly. I hope the information shared by myself was helpful for the students. I guess that's all from my side. Back to you, Dalvinder ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj. As I can see, there are some questions from a participant. Can we take questions, Mr. Urvinder and Ms. Usha?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Megha is asking here, how can organizations leverage data science to unlock insights and to drive informed decision making?
So talking about this question altogether, so this particular question is not a very simple, straightforward. It is quite an open-ended question, but every organization is moving towards it. And how it can do is the first and the foremost requirement of this kind of a, you can say, question to be answered, or rather this thing to be implemented, is you need to have a data ecosystem where you have all the data for which you have to drive the insights for. That has to be in place, and that is the first and the foremost thing that one organization has to do. So you have to come up with some data repo. It can be in the form of data lake, it can be in the form of data warehousing, etc., etc. It can be on the cloud, etc. So once that is done, once you know the ask from the business and what the business has to draw from it, then the insight journey will start. I think the infra for the data is the most important thing to kick off any kind of a data kind of a, you can say, ecosystem.
Thank you so much, sir. Gurpreet Singh is asking here, how does the integration of machine learning algorithm enhance the predictive capabilities of data science applications?
So if I get your question right, so it is, if I talk about in a very simple term, so this is nothing but a type of analytics, or rather a type of something, a fancy term that being given, that is machine learning or data science, etc. Anyway, everything comes under the field of analytics. So when it comes to end of the integration, so integration of different aspects together is something like, are you looking for a descriptive where you will be try to summarize what is there in the data that will help you to get the insights? And when it comes to the predictive end, it means it will help you to predict what can be the future perspective of basis on the scenarios that you have. So if you have those integration done already, or rather if you have an ecosystem where you have used all this ML algorithm to predict the future or prediction to be rightly said, you can do n number of nuances. Let's say if I'm talking about something from the ad spend, let's say you are doing some marketing. So you will be spending your marketing budget on various stream channels, let's say social media, print, TV, etc., etc. So you know that this is the amount that I've, you can say, spent on these channels. But what is the ROI that I'm getting? That also you might be able to understand. But will you be able to optimize your spend? And how to optimize your spend? That is very important. And this is where the data science or ML comes in place. When you start integrating your normal work processes with ML algorithms, you can start generating better ROIs. I'm again using the word ROI on a repetitive form because this is what it hits directly. This is first thing. And secondly, then you will be able to make more data-driven decisions or more decisive decisions. So this is what will happen when you start integrating everything, a normal routine work and data science work or ML work together with your normal business initiatives, you will generate better, you can say, results.
Thank you so much, Mr. Urvinder. Mr. Pankaj, Adil is asking here, do LPU provide residential facilities?
Yes, of course, we provide a residential facility, and that's a very important question as well, because we have got students, as I was telling you during the course of my presentation, that we have got students from all the 28 states of India and all the union territories of India, plus students from across 50 countries across the globe that we have got. So residential facility, our facility is a must for us, and we have got a very big residential facility. And we have got at one point of time, there are around 25,000 students that we can accommodate. And we have got boys hostels, we have got girls hostels. All the hostels are within the university campus, but they are absolutely apart from each other. The boys and girls hostels are absolutely apart, but yes, they are within the university campus of 600 acre. And we always recommend the students to stay in the hostel facility or opt for the hostel facility, as it's absolutely secure. All the parents who are watching this particular broadcast will absolutely agree with me that the security of the student is our prime concern. And if the student stays in the university, he's our responsibility. And if he or she is our responsibility, we take care of the student. And for that, the student needs to take a residential facility so that we can ensure the complete safety and security of the student. And it's an absolute safe and secure campus, which is manned by more than 200 guards 24/7.
Thank you so much. I hope all the participants got the answers from our experts. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding their admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.